we'll just raise prices, and you'll work twice as hard for the same money, and we'll make more money. And eventually your labor unions and stuff will force us to raise your wages. But in the meantime, we're going to clean up. And when we're forced to raise your wages, it's not going to make that big a difference to our profit margin. It'll dip it slightly, but not as much as it was before. And then we'll raise prices shortly after, giving us an excuse that wages went up. And while we're at it, we're going to continuously lower the value of your dollar so that the wage that you get buys less, even when we don't have to raise the prices, and you won't even notice it. Oh, we're such clever capitalists, and we're all so wealthy. We don't even need all this money, but we like to sit around and tell each other what we're worth. And the one who's got the biggest number wins. It's a fun game. Makes my ego burst. Oh. So, you know, your Christmas spirit is actually supporting a lot of egotists. So, I'll see you at solstice. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I only got about, I think I average, well, most of my videos get 5 views. 5 people. And that includes probably my views when it uploads. Or if I go on there just to check stats or something, I don't know. I get 2 or 3 people watching, so you're people who already know me and you already like me and you've already heard me rant, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for letting this run on your device while you're going off shopping or running an errand or taking a bath or something, and it's out in the living room playing to nobody. Thank you very much. You didn't hear that. You didn't finish the video. Yeah. You know, the biggest thing with these videos is, I guess years from now, it'll be a retrospective for me, like a diary. I really wish I could grow my YouTube channel and it could provide me with some income, but maybe I'll get that interesting someday. But thanks for caring enough to look at my video. I love you too. Bye. Hello, good morning. Good morning. This is Sam. Say hello, Sam. As usual, the camera is no friend. What you doing, Piper? The camera is no friend to Sam. He no likey. And I don't know what. She hears me get friendly. She's a typical nervous dog. She hears a little bit of friendliness and it's right away it's like, oh, let's have a party. Let's get excited. Let's play and cuddle and run. And yeah, I've had other dogs like that, high energy and nervous, and they're like, oh, well, if we're making noise, then let's get excited. No? Well, then I'll scratch because I have itch. What a beast. And man, does she ever put the hair on the floor. Wow. It's a daily struggle. And because I don't do it daily, we get drifts and pile-ups. I gotta do the birds, as I call it. Do the birds. What does that mean? Well, that means I get the freshies out of the fridge. The twits get their water changed, their seeds refreshed if needed, and these guys get their cage bottoms cleaned. There you go, little birdies. I'm trying to set you up on a narrow little apple juice box, and I'm doing it badly. There's the little birdies. There we go. They get the cage bottom cleaned, scrubbed, made pretty, and then they get fresh greens. Just turn you to face the birdies, because they're just so pretty! Aren't they pretty little birdies? And the pretty little birdies can sing, and the pretty little birdies can't fly, because they're stuck in a cage and it's so dull, and they don't really understand why. Oh, the pretty little birdies can eat, and the pretty little birdies can fight, and the pretty little birdies have a rock life, 'cause they're stuck in a cage day and night. And I wouldn't have these birdies if I knew, but it's too late for me, something to do. So the pretty little birdies are stuck in this life. It's a torturous thing and I hate it. That didn't rhyme. Yeah. I will never get green singer birds, just like I will never get hamsters. They're much too loud and it's not a happy, I cannot give them a happy life. This is not the way to keep a critter. It's not right. Why don't I find them a better place to live if I can't do better? Well, because they are potential carriers of infection. Many, many years ago, I had a nasty infection run rampant through my aviary and kill off most of the birds. These birds survived. And we never found a cure. I went to the vets. We tried all kinds of things, and we never found a cure. Those that got sick died. Those that did not get sick did not die. And they're still with me. And I will not send them to somebody else's aviary where they might potentially infect other birds. So, these birds are stuck. And they're not in the big cage, which would logically be a better place for them to live, because they're brothers. See, I asked for a male and a female so I could breed green singers, and the jerk gave me brothers. And they fight a lot. And when they fight, they're loud. So I pick them up and I move them to another part of the house. Pardon me, I'm just reaching. To another part of the house where I can ignore them for a while, where I can stand the volume. So I spend every day of my life feeling bad about these two birds and their life. And then there's the bird in the big cage, which doesn't get cleaned often enough, but he doesn't go down to the bottom. He gets fresh water, he gets his seeds checked, he gets fresh greens. Well, Mr. Gouldian is the last of the flock in that big cage. And I figure he must be lonely. And I love him so much. I would really like to have another Lady Gouldian finch. They're quite wonderful, but I will be thinking twice about whether or not I want to put another tiny twit into any size cage to live out his life unfulfilled, really. I don't know. I like having pet birds. I like having the pet birds, but is that really an excuse for doing this to a creature? Sam's like, yep. Sam belongs in the jungle. He doesn't belong in a cage. I didn't order him removed from the jungle. I bought him secondhand out of the newspaper. I thought he was a captive bred bird, which makes it marginally better. But he's not a captive bred bird. He's a wild caught. And that means that he and his whole family were stolen out of the wild, jammed into boxes too small for that many birds, and transported through a variety of warehouses with large quantities of them dying and suffering, being not properly fed, not properly housed, not properly cared for, crammed so tight they break their wings and suffocate to death. It's just the most horrific story. You know, you can go back in human history to when we've done this to humans, and you can tell the tales, and it's true for the parrots. Anything that the slaves went through, anything that the concentration camp victims of World War II went through, we did that to these parrots, and they're every bit as sensitive and emotional and intelligent as any of the children who were put through those experiences. So, yeah, and here he is in Saskatchewan, as ill-suited a climate as possible for a tropical parrot. And so I give him a variety of tasty things to eat and call it good. What else am I to do? Move, Piper. know what else I'm supposed to do. I try to take care of him. He goes to the vet just for checkups. If there's anything wrong with him, and there never has been. Wow. Holy moly, I'm sorry. That's bad tripod use. That's camera abuse. This is an Olympus TG Tough. You can be pretty abusive with it. That knife didn't get dirty. You can be pretty abusive with it and it can take it, so the camera doesn't mind. I could throw it across the room in a fit, which I don't do that anymore, but you could probably get away with it and the camera survive. Yeah, so we actually buy things specifically for the bird, and that's what I'm giving him. He's got 2 colors of grapes. Okay, well, my husband buys them for him. He's got a sweet pea. We buy that for him. We've got broccoli, carrot, a mini carrot, and a little chunk of celery. But wait, there's more. Yes, my friends, there's more. He also gets melons and pineapple, most of which is picked out and thrown on the floor in hopes of finding something better underneath. He doesn't. But every now and then he'll take one of these things and he'll eat it. And I cannot ask him what, I cannot present a menu and say, here's what's on the menu today, do you want some? And give him only what he wants. And besides, this much food wasted a day, your kids waste more food. Your average human child wastes more. So I really don't mind the wastage, even though counted over the value of a couple of days, it's quite a bit. But then, Dan eats this stuff too. So, here we are. He's finished his breakfast, which was a piece of orange and some egg yolk. And he loves the egg yolk. He eats it every single day. He never gets tired of it. And we'll put the bird back in the corner now. He's done. He did his water, and I should probably get his cage cleaned. But what I'm going to do today's agenda, I've stripped my bed, and I'm washing the laundry. I'm doing the sheets, and then I'm going to go up there into the attic on the other side of the loft wall. I've got a door that I have to move the mattress out of the way a little bit and stuff to get through. And in there is all of my Christmas stuff. So I'm going to go up in there and I'm going to get all the Christmas stuff out, and I'm going to bring it downstairs. I'm going to photograph it. Some of it I'm just going to give away. Some of it I'm going to actually throw out because it's old and tired. I'm going to pick through it. I'm going to give some of it to charity, and some of it I'm going to try and sell online. It seems like the right season to try and do that. Some of the nice trees and stuff. And I'll probably keep one tree. There's a fiber optic tree with color changing that I rather like. I might even keep more than one. I've actually got 7 or 8 trees ranging from 6 feet all the way down to 18 inches high. And if I had the space, I would actually make this little grove of decorated trees, and they're all different colors and they're all different textures, and it would be really pretty. But I have nowhere to put Christmas decorations, just nowhere. I don't know where I would put them. Look at this chaotic, crazy, messy house. If I put Christmas decorations there, we can't see the tree, the TV. And Dan has to flip this up. This is his bed, and at night he flips that fabric up and unfolds the bed. So we can't put a tree there. I used to put one there, putting a board across, but it's an awful lot of work to put something in the corner. And I could put a TV tray there, and I could put a tree up. But it's an awful lot of work. Now I want to sell this aquarium, and I've been trying, but because I cannot take a good picture of it, people are like, well, have you got a picture of the stand? And it's like, how, I can move the couch away, and that's not much of a picture of a stand. People don't. And I'm only asking $200 for a 90-gallon aquarium and stand that cost us, oh heck, that aquarium and stand cost us, I think, close to $1,000. I'm asking $200, and people consider it too much. It's clean, it's undamaged, it's in great shape, there's no scratches. I don't know why people think $200 is too much. It's beyond comprehension. So I'm just, I'm just taking, I take responses and nothing comes of it. So could I put a tree with there's a treadmill there? Granted, I haven't been using it. I might, and I have in the past, and I may again. Really, you can see there is no place in this living room, in this house, to put up a Christmas display. And there's no real reason to. What for? If I want to look at pretty Christmas displays, and I'm the only one that even gives a damn as far as I know, certainly if Mr. likes them, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't express that he likes them, so, if either one of us wants to look at pretty Christmas displays, it's as close as the nearest chain store. All the stores have pretty things up, and we can just go there and we can look at it and go, oh, look at the pretty things. I'm done. I'm done making Christmas displays. I always thought of it as some kind of artwork, that I was showing off my creativity. But to whom? Nobody's looking. We're not having people over for the holidays. We're not doing the Christmas cheer for whom? It's lost its point for me. I'm not having people over for Christmas. I'm not going out for Christmas. I'm not doing Christmas. I'm not buying Christmas presents. I'm not showing pictures online of my pretty tree. There's just nothing about Christmas that in any way, shape, or form encourages my participation. I'm not a Christian, so I don't feel obligated to do it for Jesus. I'm a pagan. So for me, it would be December 21st, not 25th in the first place. And in the second place, I'm solitary. There's nobody to practice with. There's no one coming over. There's nothing going on. I'm not having any parties. I'm not having any gatherings. I'm not having any dinners. Christmas spirit? What is that anyway? I'm generous all the time. I don't suddenly put on a little extra spurt of generosity at Christmas time. If you ask me, that's capitalism trying to get us to empty out what little reserve we have. You see, in an ideal world, we put something by for bad times. But in the current world, we don't put something by for bad times. We're encouraged to dip into that something put by and use it all up continuously. Oh, it's Halloween. Spend what little you've got. Put a little extra out for the spirit of it. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. Spend what you've got left on extra food and overeat. Oh, it's Christmas. Go into debt to supply unnecessary junk for a whole lot of people that if they'd wanted it would have bought it in the first place, and you can't give them anything useful because they've already got it. So okay, let's buy a whole lot of overpriced tinsel, fake trees, and little glass baubles. Decorate our house and put a picture on Facebook to show everybody how fun we are. I'm sorry. Did I have to be fun for you? Was I supposed to run around being fun so you'd like me? You need help when you need me to call a tow truck. I'll stop and call a tow truck. If I have some tools in my car, I'll pull them out and I'll help you out with your roadside assistance. If you need help crossing the street, I'll help you cross the street. If you need help opening a door or carrying a parcel, I'm there for you. You want someone to sing and dance with in the middle of the day spontaneously, I'll do that. But I'm not going to demonstrate that I'm fun by throwing tinsel all over the place. Actually, that would be fun. To go somewhere with a pocket full of tinsel and throw it at everyone. Except it's not fun because now people have got tinsel in their teeth and they don't like it. They're like, God, I couldn't get it. I found it in my butt crack, they say. They don't like it. What's fun mean? Why am I supposed to be living my life to impress you with how fun I am through pictures on social media? I was accused of not being fun the other day because someone on social media, well, it wasn't even a someone, it was an organization so it was a commercial page that someone's trying to make money off of, posted a new family game where you take a whole lot of Halloween candy style packages and wrap them up in saran wrap, and you just keep wrapping and wrapping and wrapping until you've used up at least one whole roll of saran wrap and at least one whole box of these commercially produced goodies, aka sugar, corn syrup, and food coloring, and you pack and artificial flavoring, and you pack it all up till you get a ball about this big, and then your family unrolls the ball, and you get to the person next to you rolls. Okay, well, everybody rolls until someone rolls doubles. That person starts unrolling the ball while the person next to them starts rolling the dice, and as soon as he rolls doubles, you pass the ball to him, and everything that fell out of the ball while you were unrolling, you get to keep. So you get to keep a selection of Smarties and M&Ms and I'm not even sure, I can't call them chocolate because there's very little cocoa left in it. I mean, it's just candy. It's really just corn syrup and food coloring, and I don't know, it's not food, it's not candy, it's not chocolate, it's not good for you, it's not good for your kids, it's not a good game, and all that plastic is going to get immediately thrown out. Someone said, well, you could reuse it. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And someone else, because I went on there and I commented, oh, great, another way to add more plastic to the ocean. Because I was trying to get the point across to people that this is insane. And I didn't get a whole lot of support. I got a few people on my side, but most of them accused me of being that one person. There's always got to be that one. And, oh, you're no fun. And, oh, you got to criticize everything. It's like, yeah. Hello? Wake up. Now, if you want to play a game like that, I figured out a way for you to play it. Instead of candy, get some other form of treat, present. Your kids are into something. Maybe they're into games where they get little game cartridges, or you could put coins in it. It would really be fun with coins and bills. You could, money. You could put in little gift cards in it of like, Nintendo points or Xbox points or something. You could put in little plastic collectibles, those. I mean, I'm not into the Shopkins. I think they're just as bad as the candy. They're just a whole lot of plastic, but you get the drift. Small gifts of the sort that your children are into. This kid collects Lego, so you take an entire package of Lego and don't worry, they'll trade the gifts back and forth later. If Johnny's the only one that likes Lego, but Mary got Lego, then Mary's probably going to trade Johnny some of the Legos she got out of the ball for some of his little strawberry shortcake dolls. Or, pardon me for not being tuned into what the kids are doing these days, but I know you as a parent know. So get a whole bunch of those presents, and instead of the saran wrap, wrap them in stretchy fabric. Just get a roll of stretchy fabric. You can reuse it every year, and or you can sew it into something useful. And pack those toys in stretchy fabric. It has the added advantage of they're not going to know what's going to drop out of the ball as they unroll it. And just start unrolling it. It doesn't have to be saran wrap, and it doesn't have to be candy. So yeah, I'm creative. I'm fun. And I'm an environmentalist. I'm not going to not say something when I see people coming up with a new way to add to the volume of trash that we're already producing. Sorry. You can't shame me into going along with something that's that unhealthy. It's not going to happen. So Christmas time used to be a midwinter celebration of lights and food. People were hungry. They had been rationing their food all year, and they will be continuing to ration their food right up until spring lambing season, when they get to eat all the boy lambs and the chickens start laying eggs again, and they kill off all the old chickens that quit laying eggs. They're going to be living on old apples, and they have saved a little something to be able to make a little bit of cake, a little bit of fruit cake. They've got some preserves. Or, and Christmas, they've got not a whole lot of work to do because it's dark all the time. They've got a lot of time on their hands, and they're getting bored. So this is when they go a little bit excessive with a few too many candles, a little too much of the food gets pulled out just to cheer everybody up. And you pool your resources. That's what all the parties and visits were. These were potluck parties. These were going around from house to house, sampling what each person creatively had come up with out of their little bit of reserves that they had saved for this midwinter festival, when they would all get together and cheer each other up. That's not what Christmas is anymore. This holiday season now is a time of putting out so much excess that we are polluting the planet twice as fast for up to 6 weeks. And it goes on and on and on. And some people start right after Halloween and they don't take it down till Valentine's. Are you kidding me? What's special about that? That's like, what, November, December, January? That's 4 months of this crap. 4 freaking months. And you're going into debt for it. Don't give me that whole, oh, you're just no fun. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not ashamed. I refuse to accept that from you. You should be ashamed. You should be very, very ashamed of the pure gluttony that is driving you to such a point that our entire society goes into debt, that we are making the rich men richer and the poor people poorer, and you are being made the poorer, and your whole planet is suffering from it. You should be ashamed. You should be embracing the spirit of Christmas as it once was, an opportunity to cheer each other up at the darkest time of the year. That's all it's supposed to be. Not this 4-month-long extravaganza of sparkly things. If you like sparkly things, have sparkly things around all the time. I do. The back of my TV I covered in sparkly Christmas wrap, which has been there. That wrap has been used now, has been in use for, it's been 5 years since we bought that TV and put it up in front of the shelves. And when we put it up in front of the shelves that I had formerly been able to look through and see out the window and see into the other room and look at the aquarium, now suddenly there was this big blackness. And so I put this sparkly stuff up. I'll show you. I used to be able to look through these shelves and see that whole other room, and now all I see is the back of the TV. So I covered it in the sparkly paper because I like sparkly things. My kitchen TV, which plays my Roku and I do a lot of YouTubing on here. I've covered it round with sparkly things because I like them sparkly. So if you're into sparkly stuff, don't reserve it for the 4 months of permitted time. It's like, why can't you wear white after Labor Day? Hello? Who's telling me what I can and cannot wear? If I want to wear white on September 30th, I will wear white on September 30th. If I want to wear white on December 31st, I'll wear white. I don't have to wear off-white because it's winter and you're not supposed to wear white. I'm not about to get lost in the snow here. You know, why was that a rule that you can't wear white after Labor Day? Some of these rules that we put in place, you know, you can't enjoy a sparkly thing in July, and you cannot enjoy white in winter, and then it gets taken advantage of by the capitalists who encourage us. See, what they want is for you to be unable to quit your job even when wages get too low. And instead of lowering wages